September 11th, 2001, early morning. The people of Manhattan are taking care of business as they usually do, but little do they know, something catastrophic would happen in mere hours, and they were not prepared. 8:46 a.m. An American Airlines plane, Flight 11, is hijacked and hits the 93rd to 99th floor of the North Tower of the World Trade Center, killing everyone in the plane and in the building where the plane hit.
60 on page 153.
A few minutes later, President George W. Bush was notified that an airplane had hit the North Tower. (9:03 a.m.) Flight 173 crashes into the South Tower. Chaos erupts soon after the civilians are informed that this was not a mistake, but a terrorist attack. America was under attack.
Looks like it went in the Pentagon.
9:37 a.m. Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon. At 9:42 a.m., for the first time ever, all flights heading over America are grounded. Inside the World Trade Center. Bob Swierupski was inside of one of the World Trade Center buildings when the plane hit the first tower. "It was the loudest bang I've ever heard," he said. His fellow employees decided it was best to evacuate the building to be safe, but no alarms had gone off, so nobody was too concerned. He continued to the stairwell, but noticed large pieces of metal and concrete blocking his path. When he got to the lobby of the World Trade Center, it seemed to him like it was a better idea to stay in the building, as he didn't know what was really happening. All was fine until massive groups of people entered the lobby, trying to evacuate the building, when another loud bang went off above them. Everyone who had once had a sense of calmness had now become rushed to get out of the building, so they opened the emergency exits to evacuate faster. I'll never forget my first sight of what happened. Standing right near Tower 1 and looking up, I saw what appeared to be the outline of a plane right through the side of the building. Bob was as surprised as he was shocked. He didn't know what to think or do. Bob waited 30 minutes to try and find his fellow employees, but it was too chaotic to find anyone. Bob walked to Penn Station. He walked up West Broadway as the firefighters and ambulances rushed past towards the World Trade Center. I could see the fearless intensity in their faces. They were going to put out the fire and save lives. After about an hour of walking, Bob made it to Penn Station, but was informed that it was closed for the time being. Everyone was standing outside, completely filling the streets of New York, but Bob somehow found one of his colleagues in the swarm of civilians, and they decided to head to the Hotel New Yorker to figure out what was happening and to call their families. The hotel lobby had a big screen TV replaying what was happening at the World Trade Center, and Bob was shocked to see that the two towers that had once stood tall had fallen to the ground. I was stunned to see that the towers had collapsed. I couldn't believe what I was watching. All those firefighters, police, he says. After Bob left the hotel, he went back to standing outside of Penn Station when he heard the familiar rumbling of an E-train. He saw that the train was going to Jamaica. He took the train and got a connecting train to where his home was, Long Island. He got home at about 4 p.m. and immediately turned on the television. He was shocked to see that both towers had fallen. He kept watching for more updates throughout the night. And that is Bob's story. At 9:52 a.m., the South Tower collapses.
15 minutes later, passengers on Flight 93 attempt to take over the plane as it had been hijacked. They made the hijackers crash the plane
To a field in Pennsylvania, which was originally heading towards the White House or Capitol, saving thousands of lives. 10:28 a.m., 102 minutes or about 3 hours after being struck, the North Tower collapses, sending smoke, dust, and debris everywhere. (2,977 people died on 9/11. 277 victims were on the planes. 194 passengers and 33 airline crew were killed. 2,606 victims were in the towers or on the ground. It took 8 months to clean up the massive mess of concrete, metal, and other junk on the ground, and the mastermind behind it all was Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was born on the 10th of March, 1957, was raised as a Muslim, and was an extremist. He lost his father at the age of 13 and married at 17 to a Syrian girl. Osama studied economics and business administration at King Abdulaziz University. Reports suggest that he got a degree in public administration in 1981. He went to Afghanistan in 1982 and continued helping the people of Afghanistan for many years by giving them machinery. In 1988, Osama founded an organization called Al-Qaeda, or the Base in English, to continue the cause of the Holy War via violence and aggression. After the East African bombings and indictment, Osama began plotting a plan to attack America more directly, which is now known as 9/11. After Osama's mostly successful attempt at flying multiple planes into important landmarks, he went into hiding, but the FBI quickly found out Osama was the brain behind 9/11, and Osama himself admitted to it as well. Osama bin Laden was born on the 10th of March, 1957, was raised as a Muslim, and was an extremist. He lost his father at the age of 13 and married at 17 to a Syrian girl. Osama studied economics and business administration at King Abdulaziz University. Reports suggest that he got a degree in public administration in 1981. He went to Afghanistan in 1982 and continued helping the people of Afghanistan for many years by giving them machinery. In 1988, Osama founded the organization named Al-Qaeda, or the Base in English, to continue the cause of Holy War via violence and aggression. After the East African bombings and indictment, Osama began plotting a plan to attack America more directly, which is now known as 9/11. After Osama's mostly successful attempt at flying multiple planes into important landmarks, he went into hiding, but the FBI quickly found out Osama was the brain behind 9/11, and Osama himself admitted to it as well. The FBI immediately began hunting him down, as well as putting him on the most wanted list. Osama went into hiding to avoid being caught by the American government and moved often. In August of 2010, U.S. intelligence learned that Osama was most likely hiding out in a compound in Pakistan. May 2nd, a Special Forces unit was sent out to find Osama bin Laden and execute him under orders from President Barack Obama. Special Forces raided the compound Osama was in and killed him. When the news of Osama's death was broadcasted on live television, the entire world celebrated, but nothing could truly make up for all the lives lost on 9/11.
Boys, bring it in. Alright, listen. No. You can get this last rep if it's good, you hear? Hey, good practice day. You should have caught that. You eat healthy. Don't go to parties. Don't stay up late, cause we're gonna be gang. Alright, put your hands in. Hey, Rizzlers on me, Rizzlers on 3.
1, 2, 3, Rizzlers!
Yeah, Mom. Your dad's not gonna be coming home tonight. What?
His office got hit by a plane. He didn't make it.
This guy right here.
I'm being dead serious.
Coloni. Swear on Freak Bob.
On Freak Bob.
Is this a P. Diddy reference?
Can't read mine, no you can't read my poker face. Can't read mine, no you can't read my poker face. Can't read mine, no you can't read my poker face.